Very fun. Pucknology After Dark is sponsored by Audible. We've partnered with them to offer a free 30-day trial. You can choose from over 180,000 audiobooks and get a free audiobook to keep whether you choose to continue using the service or not. I mean, come on, that's amazing. Go to audibletrial.com/PAD to sign up. You get a free book. You help support the show. Everybody wins, like the Sharks tonight. That's audibletrial.com/PAD. Do it. Do it now. You are about to experience Pucknology After Dark. Oh my. Welcome to this. Oh my, indeed. Welcome to this edition of Pucknology After Dark, following a stunning 4-2 comeback to those longtime rivals, the Florida Panthers. I am joined by... Chechi's gonna look like, what?
I mean, I like to think that Florida is just the national rival at this point.
Right, but, you know, they get as much love as Connor McDavid on NBCSN.
Well, if they learn to count right, so that's all I'm saying.
Wow. Join the conversation. Use the hashtag PucknologyAD on Twitter. You can also join us in the YouTube chat on the website that you're watching us on or on the app. You can also follow us on Twitter tonight. You have I Read Pucknology, J Alexander 46, Hockey_Jerk. Respect the underscore. Wow. And with that, let's get this ball rolling. We say hello to my fellow Notch Bro, Gentry Alexander.
Hi. How are you?
And visiting us from safe and sane Canada, Ian Reed.
Mostly sane Canada. It's still freezing. It's like going to be winter soon, and then there's no sanity in living here at all. So I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll remind Ian right now the temperature today in beautiful Concord, California was 76 degrees, and I'm still wearing shorts.
Yeah, it was pretty warm today, actually. I had my big jacket on in the morning, and like by the end of the day, I was like down to my t-shirt. It was the best.
I'm like, okay, I'm waiting. I would like for snow, but of course can't even get rain for that matter. Also joining us, Mike Sullivan's hockey card, Hockey Jerk.
Hi. I had something prepared to say, but then you made me laugh.
Yes! Taking down production value one notch at a time. But you know who's not trading and he's not getting their value down? That would be Tommy Wingles. And for a special shout out to you, Nikki. Your boy did very nice tonight. He gets the game winner as the Sharks beat the Panthers 4-2. Waka waka.
What has happened to this show since I've been on it last?
We've resorted to Puck Guy just making noises.
Oh my goodness.
So good for you.
No, this is what happens when you get the fourth line on here.
Well, no.
Oh, shit.
It's what happened. It's what happened.
I didn't know I'd been demoted.
Well, I was going to say, I was just about to eat some dinner, and then Coach was like, Hockey Jerk, you're in. So I was like, oh, crap.
So we're pretty much.
It's nice to be out of the press box.
I was a last-minute call-up, so... Yeah.
You know, and then the next game on the fourth line will probably be Mikkel Bottker. Anyways, moving on. I'm kidding. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. So, very slow start. Our daddy taught us a few things early on.
Like how to get some puck luck?
Yeah, that'd be like. So, Ian, what was your initial input on tonight?
Yeah, it was I agree. It was a little bit of a slow start. I thought the Panthers came out with a lot of jump. But, you know, the Sharks kind of just stuck with their game, and eventually things clicked for them. I thought Demers' goals, both of them were incredibly lucky. That first one, I'm pretty sure it was, you know, from goat to hero. I think Wingles was the one that deflected that first goal in. And the second one just, you know, is just poor play by a certain defenseman that I've decided that I hate this year. But aside from that, I thought they'd come back and they stuck with it and they didn't roll over and die. And overall, I'm happy with the effort tonight.
All right, Notch Bro, what says you good?
I'm actually sad or excited to see that the Sharks were able to come back from a 2-0 deficit, and respond well. I mean, this was an overall I was listening to listening to the game on my way back from work, and it was like, yeah, they're down 2. I'm like, come on. And of course, of all the people that had to score both of those goals, it was Mr. Icing himself, Jason Demers. I mean, the only thing that Jason Demers can do, well is ice the puck, but all of a sudden he turns into a premier goal scorer. But it was nice to see Brent Burns get one back, Pavelski get one back. And then, surprisingly, the unsung hero of this game, Tommy Wing goals, raising his trade value 1 goal at a time. And then, of course, getting off of the schneid, but does scoring on an empty netter really count as getting off the schneid? Mr. Logan Couture.
Hey, we'll take it. Finally, Logan.
Hey, I'll take it. Fantasy points. Man.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Let's just put it out there. You see the smile that Gentry has on his face? It's because we're playing each other in our fantasy hockey league this week, and that dingaling has Pavelski, Burns, and Couture, and all 3 of them scored tonight. So,
and I had Carey Price going against the Kings.
Oh, good for you. God, it's like he scored 4 goals tonight, and he's got a beard, so it perfectly explains why he's chosen.
Hey, anyways. I don't want to hear no bitching from you, Mr. Hat Trick Line A and shutout from Martin Jones.
I'm sorry I picked him up in the 7th round in our draft. I mean, it's like he's the Tom Brady in our fantasy league. Anyways, Hockey Jerk, what did you think of tonight?
Oh God, I agree with Ian. I thought it was a slow start. They kind of just came out the way they had been the last few games, just kind of, But I thought this game was very similar to the game against Washington, where it was very business as usual. No farting around, being funny, being weird or whatever you want to call it. It was very, let's put some elbow grease into it and let's win this thing and let's just move on.
Agreed. And like Gentry said, it's one of those things where you could go 2-0, go, oh crap, here we go. This could be the repeat of Pittsburgh. But you kind of saw the sense that they kind of got their butts in gear after that. The Burnsy goal, I thought was very nice. Like Randy called it, a nice power forward move. Calm down, people. Forward. He's not going to forward. He's
Burns
not
forward. Do it.
Oh,
paging, enter bench. Paging, enter bench. Enter bench to the show, please.
God.
No. We're back to our counter. We're back to our.
Yeah, I reset the counter twice now. I need to. Yeah. I need a copy of this thing. I'm kind of upset. Chris, give me a copy of this thing already.
Oh boy. But yeah, Burns with a nice.
Can we recap? Come on. This is why nobody likes our show anymore.
Hey.
Recap. No, let's just recap.
Oh, what they want us to recap?
Yeah, let's recap and let's talk about stats and stuff. Let's go.
Well, I was upset.
Okay.
I was upset. Right. You know why I was upset? Here, let me tell you why I was upset.
Why were you upset?
Shut the hell up, Eric. Because you know what, I just like with everything that's gone on this week and all like the just like everyone's super like sensitive on Twitter. Like I was nervous, man, because you had like 2 goals by Demers, you had Reimer in net, and I'm just like, oh god, this is gonna be a shitstorm after this show. Like this show's gonna be fun as fuck because you're gonna have like just like everyone in the chat with like overreaction, like, oh my god, we traded Demers and you got 2 goals, and we didn't keep Reimer and he won, and I was kind of waiting for that kind of hysteria. And I mean, I'm glad we don't got it. I'm glad that Burns kind of reminded everybody that Demers really isn't that good of a defenseman as he kind of plowed through him and put the puck in the net. So it was, it was nice. But some people just want to watch the world burn.
Well, I mean, Vancouver's back was writing, but we'll get to that a little later. Go ahead, Gentry.
But yeah, I thought that Burns' goal was just like, It was impressive because it was, like I've always been preaching, good things happen when you drive to the net. And Burns was able to get a goal in and get us back in the game. And then let's talk about that sweet snipe from the captain. Captain America, he's got my vote. God, just picking that corner, and it was beautiful. And it tied the game. Clutch Pavelski coming through again.
Thin mint top corner where Daddy hides the liquor.
You mean Demers hides the liquor?
Probably.
Oh.
Well, hey, Randy mentioned the last time Demers has seen ice is probably at the bottom of his drink of water.
Ha 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 ha. Dad jokes.
Kind of going through the stats, the Sharks did pretty well tonight, 57-43 in the face-off circle. However, Logan again, 15% on the face-off draw. Meanwhile, you have Pavs.
He got an empty net goal. He's fine.
Pavs is at 64. Jumbo 90% on there. Hurdle at 69. Tierney at 60. So great time on the face-off draw. Hockey Jerk, what did you think of their power play tonight, even though it went 0 for 2?
I mean, I said it on Pucknologists last night. The way to get the power play going is you just have to keep deploying it. Yes, they went 0 for 2 again, but they're not going to find their rhythm if you don't give them the chance to find it. I mean, I don't want to say that they were awful. Would have been nice if they scored, but I think they're still just kind of getting back into the swing of things, and I think we'll see it come through eventually.
Yeah, I think it looked a little bit better, but yeah, I like how you said on Pucknologist, download now on iTunes and Google Play, or check it out on TuneIn and Pucknology.net. But
shameless plug.
You're welcome. You said to shameless plug more, so
even I didn't plug it.
But oh god, plug it in. Okay, I got that out of there. I just think it's just a matter of time, and they gotta try and be a little more creative. Don't get into their usual spots and have at it. Moving on. So it looks like everybody got a lot of even up on the ice time tonight, even with the power play. I think Wingles at 11:50 was probably the lowest among everybody tonight. But even then, I say back, Melker had a second off of 11:49. So all in all, an even night. The defense, you kept Burns to 20 minutes tonight. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So you're kind of seeing the group of six, Ian, kind of like evening out the numbers, as opposed to like in LA where Drew Doughty plays half the game.
Well, he had no support. I agree. I think it's nice that you can balance out the numbers. I mean, it was a short off season. It's going to be a long season. You're going to want these guys ready to go when the playoffs come, and you're not going to get that if Brent Burns is playing 28 minutes a night or something silly. So if you can keep all those guys, easy on the minutes, then it's only going to help later on for sure.
Yeah, and this is and we needed to keep the guys rested on this road trip. I mean, because we all know how the last road trip went. I mean, we're off to a pretty darn good start. The 3-0, win over the Capitals was great. Now you're starting to see, and that was when we saw the Sharks have a lead and then keep it. And then this game, you saw the Sharks, get a couple bad bounces that led to some goals, but they responded. And after that, they looked like they were dominant. And then you had some fourth line contributing, a key goal, which turned out to be the game winner from Wingles. And then you just had and it's nice to see the Sharks actually shoot it on an empty net and actually score. Usually we're seeing them shoot it wide, which is a staple to San Jose Shark.
It's not like Mike Greer is still on the team. Come on.
Or Riss Miller.
That's true.
Or anybody from that team.
Or Sharks teddy bear Mike Brown. So the team has now won 2 in a row to begin this road trip. Washington obviously is always a tough place to go into, although the Sharks have done fairly well there recently. You go into Florida, which on and off has been a tough rink for them to go to. Through the two games, Hockey Jerk, what do you like so far? Is there something you can kind of critique for them to improve?
More than anything, I've really liked the way Jones has played the last two games. I thought, especially towards the end of the road trip and then the homestand in between these road trips, I thought he wasn't. I don't think he was awful, but he definitely wasn't playing like a Stanley Cup goalie. And so it's nice to see him kind of bounce back and string together a couple good wins. As for the rest of the team, like I said earlier, it's been business as usual, and I think they just need to keep it that way because it obviously works for them.
I totally agree on that, which poses this question, and I'll pose it to Gentry first, then Ian. Dude, when are we getting Adele again?
I don't know. I thought we would have gotten Adele tonight, saying hello from the other side of PB&T Center. He must have called 1,000 times to tell you he's sorry for allowing those 2 goals the last game, but that they still won. But I don't know. This is Jones' 10 consecutive start. You were thinking that the Sharks were going to be like, okay, well, we wanted to trust within our system, and we wanted to keep Dell. Dell earned his spot, but he's only gotten a start, and I thought from the last couple of games, especially, or not the roadies, not the roadies, but the home games, Jones really didn't look all that solid, especially against that Pittsburgh Pittsburgh game. So I'm kind of wondering, it's like, when will we start seeing Dell more, and start seeing Jones get some much needed rest? Do we really want him to start upwards of 70 games and limp him into the playoffs like we did with Nabokov?
Yeah, that's the last thing we want to do. Ian, what says you? People are, Zach and Drew are they're saying book it. It's a stone cold lock, according to Zach, that he'll go up against Drew Weber's Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly what I was just about, because I just brought up the schedule, and the next game, like, they're obviously not going to start Dell in Tampa. That would be silly. But that game on the 15th against Carolina, that should be a Dell start. And if that's not a Dell start, then I think at that point, then you have to start asking some questions about Peter DeBoer's confidence in Aaron Dell, because I'm starting to wonder if this is a situation where Doug Wilson, as far as Doug Wilson's concerned, this is the guy, but there's a disconnect between management and coaching, and I'm not sure. I mean, that's completely speculation. What the hell do I know? I'm 3,000 miles away, but you at least have to start asking the questions if Jones starts that game.
I mean, I've been seeing more equal ice time with some of the goalies on other teams, and it just seems like Jones has gotten heavier the loads, and Dell, and then you're looking at teams like Tampa Bay that have been kind of going on a nice tandem, rotating Bishop and Vasilevsky, and then you have finally Pittsburgh is back into it where they can start rotating Fleury and Murray, until they flip Fleury for something. But I don't know what it is with the Sharks where there's just like, okay, Jones, you're the workhorse, but you're not going to get any rest. And that's not going to work well for us.
Yeah, no, we have 17 back-to-backs on the schedule this season, and I think we've only done one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and so you're going to have a lot of time. I would have to think that he's going to have a lot of those coming in the near future. I mean, you look down the road in December, there's going to be at Anaheim, home to Carolina on the 9th and 10th. Then they begin another road trip to Toronto and Ottawa. I would think Dell gets one in there. Heck, maybe you bring in both there because of how they're playing this year. They're due for they're definitely due to have Dell get some more starts in. But yeah, I'm with you guys. If Dell doesn't get more starts, I mean that's just asking for trouble.
It's not good. I mean, I agree. You have to start him the 15th against Carolina. You start him again the 25th because it's a back-to-back, and then you start him the 29th, and then you let Jones play the Ducks and the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, you're just looking at it, and it's going to be. I mean, you can't let Jones have all those back-to-backs. You can maybe have him do one, but not all of them. So, what are we listening in here?
I asked for a scouting report, and it's Canadian robot with above-average visa skills. Needs very little sleep to be effective.
Zach Devine, you are the real MVP. Very, very nice. I'm afraid to hear what my scouting report is, so I won't ask.
Oh, that's awesome.
The best Shorthouse impression west of the Mississippi.
There you go.
Better than Shorthouse himself. Nice.
Well, oh wow. Well, thank you very much. Like how I snuck that in there? Yeah, that's right.
No
all right.
Stop you.
or Chris or Landy. Kind of going through the games that are final since we're at one of the early ones tonight. Bobrovsky, you're off the case. He had a bad night. Bruins beat the Blue Jackets 5-2. Shut up, Gentry. Meanwhile, Minnesota goes into Pittsburgh and stuns the Penguins 4-2. That's a little bit surprised. Minnesota's doing fairly well.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. They've been doing pretty well all season.
It's a Bruce Boudreau team. They're going to be awesome in the regular season, and then they're going to flame out in the playoffs.
Yep.
So that's so wild. All right. Anaheim goes into Raleigh and stuns the Carolina Hurricanes 4-2. Damn it, Anaheim. Where the heck did you come from? In Montreal, thank you, Montreal. Carey Price, you are the man. 4-1 the final as the Canadiens beat the LA Kings. Up at the Joe, Detroit beats Vancouver 3-1. And now the Canucks have lost 9 out of their last 10. I'm still surprised Willie Desjardins is still their head coach. In Tampa, the Sharks' next opponent, they beat the Islanders 4-1. John Tavares didn't do anything tonight, as shocking as possible. Also, in the bright yellow world that is the hockey tonk, in Nashville, the Predators beat the Blues 3-1. Not only did they steal their unseen yellow third jerseys from St. Louis, but they also stole the game. And in games in progress right now, Jets 2.0 2, Jets 1.01 late in the second, and Dallas and Calgary are in a sister kisser 2-2 in the middle of the second period. So with that being said, we'll take a look at the standings because
don't do it.
Why not?
I don't know.
Don't. So with the wins that the Ducks and the Sharks have, they slowly creep on first place at Edmonton. God, that actually came out of my mouth still in the middle of November.
I want to recount. Recount.
No hanging chads in the state of Alberta, but the Sharks sit 3 points back of Edmonton. The Ducks have 1 point ahead of them, although they do have one less loss and they've played one more game. So you're kind of looking at this, and Edmonton isn't going away, and the Ducks have already made their leapfrog. And the Kings at 7-7 are right there as well.
Peter Budaj, all-star.
Seriously, Budaj has been keeping them on a good run as of late. I mean, granted, they lost tonight.
Oh, God. Somehow that team is staying afloat. I have no idea.
What is it about the Kings that keeps them afloat? I mean, they still have pretty good defense. I mean, even though if you let Drew Doughty bitch his way to the Norris, I mean, he'll get away with it.
They have that regular season doesn't matter intangible about them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bastards.
And they
It
also
doesn't
have
matter who your defense is.
well, that and they get the best schedule. They pretty much get all like the matchups they'd ever want. It's it's not our fault that they just have above average goaltending for the regular season, and then somehow it just turns into this majestic save a thon for in the post, unless you forget about last year, in which case I never will. Oh man.
And just as we kind of still talking about the league, Scott Rentoul, our good friend from TSN 1040 in beautiful Vancouver, Canucks 6-game road trip, 1-5, 11 goals scored, 20 goals against, 1 for 18 on the power play. What are we now? 1 for 20 in our last few games on the power play? I mean, yikes.
Yeah, but the Canucks are terrible, and we're not.
I know, and we're not.
I believe the phrase is bad and they should feel bad.
Yes.
They do feel bad. They should feel shame.
Was the last time when the Sharks scored a power play goal, was that against the Nashville during Los Caribe or the
Los Tiburones night?
Yeah, I think that was the last time they scored a power play goal.
It was either.
On the flip side, though, I believe the Sharks have killed 22 straight penalties.
Yep, and that's you just stole my thunder. So perfect hockey jerk, PK, and we're not talking about Subban, although he's a great defenseman. Has looked really sharp after a slightly rough start early on. I mean, what says you, Ian, on the special teams?
What, the penalty kill? Penalty kill's been great.
In the power play.
Oh, and the power play, power play. It's like Hockey Jerk said earlier. It's gonna come around. Like, I know we like to get on the power play on this show a little bit, but it's consistently one of the best power plays in the league. And by the time all the games are played, it'll all bear out. Like right now, the Sharks have 0 puck luck. Period. None. Like they're so beyond. Like AJ was posting pictures of people being bitten by snakes in the face, and that's exactly what's happening to the San Jose Sharks right now. Like if you look at the numbers, they've been so snake bitten by puck luck. It's not even funny. That can't last forever, and when it stops happening, the power play is gonna find its way because it always finds its way.
Well, can someone tell Burnsy to stop bringing his snakes to practice then? I mean, come on. Obviously, they've bitten into their power play sticks and just gotten all craziness. In the chat, speaking of LA, Zach Devine, who's doing double duty, and I thank you for watching us along with the Jets and Coyotes. Sorry, Desert Dogs. There you go. You're welcome, Brody. Budai has a .919 save percentage and 2 shutouts before tonight. That's unreal. And to think that maybe in a couple of months, Quick might be back, and LA staying in this is like Hockey Jerk said in the chat. Go ahead and say it, Jerk.
Live by the sword, boo die by the sword.
Oh God. It almost reminds me of that. Like this happened. This has happened before with the Kings, where it was like a couple seasons ago where Quick went down with an injury, and they had their goaltending tandem of Martin Jones and Ben Scrivens as their goal, and they were putting up monster numbers and shutout streaks, and it was ridiculous. And you're kind of watching that. I'm like, how did this happen? But it's just like it's the Kings' system of how they play. They just get lucky at some point, and
they're just really good at developing starting goalies for other teams.
This is true.
Apparently. So is Scrivens still with Edmonton, correct?
No, he's in the KHL.
He's in the KHL now?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I thought he was in the Oilers system for some reason.
Yeah,
No.
your LA Kings backup report. Ben Scrivens in the KHL. Jonathan Bernier in Anaheim. Martin Jones in San Jose.
Way to not know your facts there, puck guy.
Yeah.
God.
Sorry. Next time I'll ask Ian, the Kings fan of us, to give us the info.
God, it's like not knowing who the Penguins. It's like not knowing who the Penguins coach is. Eric, come on.
Oh, Jesus.
If you need to know who that is, just refer to my Hangouts avatar.
Moving on.
Moving
on. I'm seeing if there's any questions in the chat here.
Ask us questions, bitches.
Yes, please ask us questions. By all means, ask.
You'll have questions, and we're not like Radio Shack because we may not have answers, and we may be out of business.
In fact, we might be out of business.
I was going to say, when's the last time anyone saw a Radio Shack?
There's one in San Ramon.
Is there really still?
Yes.
Wow, especially after
okay, I'll be right back. I gotta go pick up my new home phone.
Oh, you need that for your new landline?
not your Tandy 3000.
Oh man.
Yes, I'm.
We're the worst. Why are people watching this?
Because they want a post-game show, Ian.
Right,
my God. Oh, goodness. Laurel. Hi, Laurel. Ours just closed and ready. Awesome. Oh, my God. We lost our minds. Oh. Let's look.
Drew Weber in the chat. I know what he's referring to. He has a home phone that he never answers.
Or like Christian Ruiz says, I need those VHS rewinders. Oh, yes. Yes. That's great.
I'm still watching Youngblood on Betamax. What are you guys talking about?
There you go.
Nice. Rob Lowe still knows how to drop the gloves, that's for sure. Oh, man. So, yes, if you have any questions, feel free to use the hashtag Pucknology AD. Or just hit us up on the YouTube chat. Apparently, there must be something really, really salty between you and Weber about that phone ringing.
Well, it's funny because whenever Drew and I hang out, at least 2 or 3 times, his home phone will ring, and he doesn't even flinch by it. He just lets it go, and he does it all the time. It's like, why do you still have it? Just unplug that shit.
Oh, man. All right. I'm gonna.
Beta was much better quality. It was just that the problem with Beta was that porn went VHS. That's true.
Seriously.
That's fact.
No,
that's why Blu-ray won the last little race with HD DVD was because...
Right.
And Disney.
Yeah.
And Disney, yes.
So if you want your format to work, you better be supported by porn and Disney, because Disney and porn go hand in hand.
So in the chat, Zach's asking if...
Thank you.
Zach's asking if DeMello's ever going to get a game.
No.
Here's one question I'll ask: Who will get into a Sharks game next? Dell or DeMello?
Neither.
Dell.
Unfortunately, the only way DeMello is getting into a game is if he takes his skate and hunts down one of the other 6 defensemen.
Preferably Paul Martin.
Wow. Care to elaborate, Mr. Reed?
I think Paul Martin's been garbage this year.
Yep, I agree.
I've not been impressed with Paul Martin at all. And I would honestly put DeMello in over him if I had my say, but I don't have a say. So
why is Lindsay Lohan?
Is that Paul Martin on top of your pencil?
No, I thought that was Lindsay Lohan.
Straw. It's awesome. I don't know. What's my kids? They just leave stuff on my desk, and then I feel inclined to put it on camera. Hi, I'm
Zach Devine. Zach Devine in the chat said laser disc, but I thought it said laser dick.
Wow. Wow.
I thought we were a hockey show.
Not anymore.
Moving on.
So how about Brendan Dillon's play this year?
You know what? He's played.
I think here's the thing, and I always said that Brendan Dillon was always solid when he had a defensive partner who can move the puck better than he can. I mean, we saw that last year when he was partnered a little bit with DeMello, because DeMello was able to get the puck out of the zone really quickly, which made Dylan kind of constantly sigh in relief because we all know, Dylan is useless in that department. But then when he got partnered up with, the concrete shoes that was Roman Polak, we just saw that plummet. But Schlemko just kind of seems to be the Dylan whisperer. He's just kind of like, cuddling with him. It's like, don't worry, I got you, babe.
He's Sonny Bono? All right.
Yeah.
Who could forget Brendan Dillon and Matt Tennyson?
Oh. Oof.
Pleasanton would like to forget Matt Tennyson.
Oh. Hey, maybe we'll see Matt Tennyson on the road trip on Tuesday.
But it's okay because you know what? San Ramon now has Austin Matthews as their claim to fame. And when he wins the Stanley Cup, I'll finally be able to see it near my house.
Okay, now wait a minute. Explain this to me because this is a couple of times you mentioned this on the show.
Oh, what? Austin Matthews being from San Ramon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was born there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he really?
Yes.
Yes, but he grew up in Arizona.
Yeah.
So we can't say San Ramon born.
No, it's
You
like with
could,
Joe
but you wouldn't
DiMaggio being born in Martinez, California, but shit-canning it and saying that he's from the San Francisco Bay, but just being from San Francisco.
Man, that was so going to be a thing when we played Toronto.
Now you have
San
learned
Ramon
some.
native Austin Matthews versus Long Beach native Matt Nieto.
Well, you know what? Hey, here on Pucknology, we like to educate, and
That's
tonight
right.
they've learned that Austin Matthews was from San Ramon. Joe DiMaggio was born in my hometown of Martinez, California. The little things matter.
And who could forget how good porn looks on 4K Blu-ray?
Okay.
Oh my goodness!
Moving on.
If we can title this on iTunes or whatever, just like Pucknology After Dark, the great.
No.
No, I'm working on something. We're blowing it hardcore.
Literally. Big one. Yeah.
Well, you're the one holding the straw with the skeleton on.
Yeah, but no one's gonna see that on the audio stream. Nobody.
Moving
Nobody
on.
at all.
Yay.
No, but like back to Brendan Dillon though. I mean, it takes a special kind of like turnaround to make me hate Paul Martin more than Brendan Dillon, because like Brendan Dillon's my whipping boy. That's my whipping boy, man. Like if there's anything wrong with the Sharks, that's probably his fault and Haley's, even though he wasn't on the ice tonight. His fault. And you know what? He's completely like, I'm not going to say he's like my favorite Shark suddenly, but with Schlemko with him, I mean, you can't deny how great he has been.
No, seriously. I mean, Schlemko has been almost the Dylan whisperer of sorts tonight or this year.
I just think he just better compliments him better than the other people that they've put him with. I don't know if he's the whisperer. It's just because we've when he's paired with a decent defenseman that can move the puck and get it out of the zone. The problem with Dylan is he's a good, he can help you, you can make a good first pass and help you try and get out of the zone. But if you have to like leave him in the zone for extended periods of time, then he buckles under pressure and that's the end of it. The reason why he's so good with Schlemko is because Schlemko can get the puck out of the zone, and you don't have these extended, because that's when you see that them fall apart, is when you force Dylan to have to play heavy minutes in his own zone. That's when he sucks. But if you can get the puck out of the zone quick enough, then and he can make a good pass to help that happen. That's why he's doing better this year. It's not that I think it's just the compliment of Schlemko. I don't know if it's the Dylan whisperer per se. I just think it's a good compliment for him.
I agree. I think he's looked very smooth. He had that nice hit on Barkov tonight. Reminded me somewhat of a crankshaft hit. Speaking of can I talk now? Of a well-known body check from a Sharks defenseman. Was it me or did Keith Yandel look like he was pointing his stick at the ref because he was upset about the hit that he took from Brent Burns?
Oh, everyone gets pissy about hits now. I mean, this is the one that I hate this about the game. I mean, at least nobody. I mean, I guess they did, right? They all went after Pavelski thinking it was him. There's nothing wrong with that hit. It was a perfectly clean hit, and I hate that the league has kind of regressed to this point where it's like, oh, you hit me with a good clean hit. Now it's time to fight. Like, it's stupid. Suck it up.
It's exactly why Timo Meyer got jumped in the Barracuda game last Sunday, is because he laid a very clean, very good hit, and Duncan Siemens just got bent out of shape and had to
4 minutes for it.
Yeah,
4
exactly.
minutes for being jumped.
It makes me want to quote Chris Quass and say,
maybe Simmons didn't like that load.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy. Wow.
I'm going to die here for a second.
Hey, I like to think, you know what? I'm the Michael Haley of the show. I bring down the quality, but still bring in the win somehow.
But you are a key element to what we've built over the last few years. And it's very appreciative.
Man, I just happened to show up at the right time. I'm kind of like Patrick Marleau with the captaincy. It's like, who wanted it? He raised his hand first.
Absolutely.
That's good. We love you,
Absolutely.
Gentry.
Yes, we do. We love you, Gentry. Yes,
I'm
we do.
sorry,
We love
but
you, Gentry.
I've been
How about
having the giggle fits this entire time, hearing Dylan whisper and stuff like that, and all I keep thinking about, somebody better start an ASMR channel on YouTube and title them the Dylan Whisper.
Oh, boy.
Hello, everyone. It's me, the Dylan Whisper.
Let's move on to Saturday night in Tampa.
Yes, let's.
Where the Lightning will be making the. Let me try that again. Let's move on to Saturday night, where the Sharks will be in Los Angeles East, taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. The reason why I say that is they're wearing their lovely LA Kings rip-off third jerseys.
They're thug jerseys.
Yes, they're Bolts jerseys. Obviously, Tampa, another big force in the East. Ian, what says you about the Lightning?
Lightning are a good team. I mean, they got Kucherov on a stupid sweetheart deal because Steve Yzerman's a wizard, and this is a team that is I expect to do really well in the Eastern Conference this year. So the Sharks are going to be in tough, and if you look at how the games have gone this year, I mean the Eastern Conference is, it feels to me at least anyway that the balance of power has kind of shifted back to Eastern Conference now. I think head-to-head, the East is beating the West in a lot of games this year. So, the Sharks are going to be in tough here. I mean, the Sharks are going to have to bring their A game. They can't bring this, the game they played tonight, it was a little slow going. I mean, they stuck with it and it worked out. If you come out a little too slow against the Tampa Bay Lightning, though, you're going to get buried and you're not getting back into the game.
I agree. I agree with that 100% there, Ian. I think that Tampa Bay has just really found its footing, and here's the thing: is that they have two really good goaltenders, and they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals without Steven Stamkos. So that's saying something about their depth. They've got a top six that any team would die to have, and then they got depth forwards, and Brian Boyle is. I mean, he's that good, veteran fourth liner. He can play third, and he's still putting up points. And of course, you got franchise cornerstones, Stamkos and Hedman, just leading the way. So if you give them, don't get into penalty trouble. I know your PK has been good, but they've got the Tampa Bay Lightning have got too many weapons that they can use against you. So if you take a bunch of penalties against Tampa Bay, I'm sorry to say that the streak of our penalty kill might end really quickly against that team. And hopefully all the points will come from Hedman and Stamkos.
Hockey Jerk, move on before I kick Gentry's ass from this side of the computer screen.
I think the key for the game against Tampa is just get to a lead early. Put pucks on the net. Try and get a lead as early as possible, because if you have to play from behind, especially against a fast team like Tampa Bay, you're not going to have a good time. Like I said, just get to them early, expose, their kind of questionable bottom pairing, if you will, and just keep it business as usual like the last two games.
Yeah, and make sure you do not hear a loud growling sound from a play-by-play announcers in the press box. So that being said, a quick reminder, and apparently one of my rivals is in here, so I'll mention this, try to be nonpartisan of it. sjbarracuda.com/vote. They are having a fan jersey contest. Christian Ruiz, I don't remember your Twitter handle, so forgive me. Designed jersey number 3. I designed jersey number 2. Go out and vote. You think you have until Monday afternoon to get your submissions in, and good luck to everybody there on that. Ian, I know it's still early because it's Thursday, but do you guys have an idea for Writers' Room on Sunday?
Yeah, we've taken a few, the usual. We take a few listener questions. I've got a few other things kind of up my sleeve. I'm going to make my PDO monkey talk PDO. Again, Sunday, every Sunday, 7 o'clock, unless the Sharks are playing. Also, don't forget to check out the Pucknologists, which came out today, I believe, or yesterday.
Yes.
I'm kind of off my game today. So definitely, make sure to check that out. Check out everything on the audio stream. It's awesome. And I might have something in the works, but more details as something happens.
Ooh. Interesting.
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
I got
with that, I guess we shall wrap it up. So, Hockey Jerk, your final thoughts on this evening?
My final thoughts are that I don't think I'm ever going to Radio Shack again, just because I've been scarred. But no, I thought it was a good game by the Sharks today, and I hope they can continue that on Saturday.
Gentry?
I like when the Sharks go. I like when the Sharks win because it makes me happy. Hockey has been my therapy so far. During this dark time, and I'm hoping that the Sharks continue that, and I'm hoping for a high scoring game on Saturday, preferably a 6-3 win by the Sharks. All goals by Pavelski and Burns. And the 3 goals by Stamkos, and all assists from Hedman. So that's all I got to say about that. Go Seals!
Wow.
In the words of Ian Reed, if the Sharks do good, it's good.
Good. That's good. That's good.
Ian, what says you?
I thought that, look, the Sharks, it's been an interesting season so far, but the Sharks have been a little snake bitten, and I feel like once they stop being so snake bitten, I think that we're going to kind of see them go back to normal a little bit. And, I think they're fine. I wasn't worried before. I'm not worried now. I think that they're still in good shape.
Gotcha. Quick question from the chat. From Drew Weber, and I'll put it in. How
does he have time for a question? If I asked him to PDO, damn it.
Well, he apparently has one.
Okay.
What the hell is happening in Nashville? See, I did it with caps lock.
Well, Nashville's a lot better team than they started out as, and now they're winning and proving it. I mean, they were picked. So many people picked this team to be just silly, awesome in the West, and now they're gonna win. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Oh no! Wait, that's for PWR. Oh sure. Now you tell me. Really?
I just ruined my show.
Damn you, Drew. God. Come on.
Why don't you go answer your home phone?
You know what he would answer? He probably quote Drake and said, "You called me on my cell phone."
Late night when you need some love.
You gotta hold your nose in sound nasally when you do it.
Sorry.
You
called me on your cell phone.
Yeah, right. See, there you go. You guys got it.
Guys, we don't want to get. No, stop. You're gonna get shut down. We're gonna get shut down for copyright.
Wait, hang on. This is John Shorthouse on the Canucks Radio Network. Actually, I think that comes out a lot better.
Just what am I
If I
doing?
hold my nose, yes. Lord Sedin scores.
We need to win this show.
See, Ian, we're balancing it out. We went long the other night against Washington.
Right.
Now we're kind of balancing it out with a smaller show. World's going, what? That's wow. All right.
Thanks for
With
watching.
that, yes, thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe. Oh, gosh.
We're better than
sure
this usually, I swear.
Usually, yes, but it's November. It's almost 80 degrees outside.
You know what? The show is meaningless. All that matters is that, when the Sharks win, in November, it's meaningless. And the show's only has meaning when we make it to the playoffs. So just keep in mind, we're going to be bringing our A game then, like we did last year. But right now, we're just having fun.
Regular season doesn't matter.
Regular season does not matter.
It does not matter what season it is. You must win.
I mean, the numbers watching tonight are similar to the numbers that watched the game in Florida, so this is what you got. Sorry.
Ouch. Last question. Who had a bigger attendance? This game with the Panthers in Florida or Barracuda game?
The Panthers had more people, but, just because you have a handful more people doesn't make you pat yourself on the back too hard.
All right. With that, make sure you subscribe down below or to the side, wherever it is. Make sure you hit up Pucknology.net for all your favorite opinions on the team that we love that don't get any love on the radio. Also, make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes and Google Play, along with Stitcher, TuneIn, MySpace. Did you actually set up the MySpace one?
MySpace is there, man. MySpace.com/Pucknology.
That's right. We are on MySpace. Keep it up. We might be on Friendster next week.
You never know when I get bored and just go on random sites and make us an account.
So I'm working on our LinkedIn account, so I don't know if we need that.
Well, at this point, I might need a new job soon. So until Saturday night.
But do we have a Radio Shack rewards card account?
Until Saturday night.
Asking for a friend.
Until Saturday night. Keep it real. Keep it tight. Oh boy, this is going to sound bad with this episode. Keep it real tight. Good night, everyone.